everyone can hear us. So let's start. Today we have with us Francesco Ciulla. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. He's
Perfect.
a Docker captain and a developer advocate at Tiny Stacks. He has a great experience as a developer and he worked at the European Space Agency. So he's really cool. But the most interesting about Francesco is that last year he started using social media, and as a result, he quit his job. He became a developer advocate. He's a YouTuber, and he founded a community for content creators. I think what he did in 1 year is amazing. And also, I want to mention that Francesco is one of my best friends from Twitter. I think we met 1 year ago, sorry.
That was the live stream.
In the spring of 2020. And since then, we've been talking almost every day. But enough with introduction from me, and let's hear what Francesco has to say. So you have the mic.
Yeah. Thank you, Catalin. I think this is one of the best introduction I ever had. And also it's a pleasure for me to be a guest sometimes. Yeah, thank you. What you say is true. I started using social media when you are one of my oldest friends, in a good sense, that we have started. I think I started following you when you had a real picture of yourself. Now you are back with a real picture of yourself, but at the beginning you had a real picture. I remember. So I'm that real fun, and yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I've seen all the process, your evolution in this kind of 2 years. It's crazy that we are here talking on your YouTube channel, and I think you can understand that. Lots of people that are following us. But yeah, I feel that like we made it. I'm super happy to be here. I'm here to answer to any questions of you, other people. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you. And coming back to what you've said about YouTube, we are not big at all, and it's hard to understand why it's a big milestone for us. We are, at least I am very introverted. I was never that good at public speaking. Or speaking in front of the camera, stuff like that. So it's really amazing to do live streams, to put content out of YouTube. We conquered our biggest fear, or it was my biggest fear.
Yeah, especially because on live streams you don't have to edit, so it's great. It's great to make live streams on YouTube.
Yeah, you don't have to edit it, but yeah. So let's start with the classic question. Can you tell us a bit about you? No pressure. You can say anything you want, and it can be as short.
I can start. Yeah, it depends on how much time do we have, but I can share just a couple of things about my life. I start my first PC. It was a Commodore 64. So I'm kind of old. I'll go fast now. I have a background in the sports world. I've been a volleyball coach for about 20 years. But I have always loved computers, also building them, hardware, from scratch. So but I've never I've been so interested into coding and be serious about development. And instead, in 2015, I started to get serious about coding. I started to code like 10 hours per day, and I was not using any social media, so I had a lot of free time, we can say, because, of course, being on social media, it's basically a part-time job or also a full-time job. So I was learning in private, making a lot of mistakes, but I was like basically studying all by myself, and that's it. And then I found this job for the European Space Agency. It was like December 2017. And then in the January 2020, I started to use Twitter. I had the Twitter account from 2013, but I never used that for real. Instead, I said, okay, let's give it a try again. And this time it literally exploded. So now we are here talking on YouTube about this. And I'm super happy. This is a short version, of course. Feel free to ask me anything. I'm here for you, for all the people. Yeah, and that's it. Super happy.
Nice story. So coming back to how you started on social media, what prompted you to start on social media, or why did you give it a go this time? Isn't social media a waste of time after all?
Yeah, So why have I started? You mean? Well, okay. I would love to say that I wanted to start social media just to save the world and find the world to be in peace, but that's not true. I started to use social media to promote my own application made on Android. So I said I created an application with Unity 3D. Then I uploaded that on the Google Play Store. Then I said, okay, let's find people to make some downloads. Okay. So I said this to my parents, okay, then my relatives, okay, then to all my friends, and then I had nobody else to tell this. And so I started to use Twitter just to share a little bit, and I think that that snowballed just a little bit because now I started to do crazy videos on Twitter. On YouTube, I have a brand new green screen, so I bought a lot of stuff, camera, microphones. I have a lot of lights now, even if you guys can't see them. So it isn't started to save the world, but I'm here, try to do something good. I don't know if I'm doing something good or not, but here we are.
So did you have success with your app at least?
Not bad. I think the best thing with my application has been that when I started my YouTube channel, I had already everything set up to get money because the Google Play Store and the YouTube channel are connected, so everything was already set. Basically, this was one of the best advantages. I'm getting like €2 per month. It's not a lot, to be honest. I've decided to switch. So basically, because I think that we all switch goal during our lives. I've seen other bigger maybe opportunities, and then I just switched. For me, it's not a problem to switch goals. Usually, we always change goal just a little bit during our path because there are new opportunities. Then I've seen that there is an amazing community of developers on Twitter. They are more focused on JavaScript and other stuff. And by the way, even if I had published that application, I've always been a super fan of Docker, even before. I didn't thought that there were so many people interested into DevOps and other stuff. So I've seen an opportunity for me to teach to people, to help people to getting started with containerization. So basically, I decided to do something else, but basically doing something that I was already doing before. So not a problem. I have many interests, but of course, we need to choose at some points what we want to share, because otherwise I just share random stuff. Probably I do this sometimes.
You have many interests, but social media takes all of your time, huh?
Yeah, especially Twitter. I think it's the most time-consuming one, but it's also, yeah, I think I can say that it's my favorite social media because it's the way that I had the opportunity to meet people like you. So Twitter is a great social media if you use that properly, of course. Otherwise, it can literally burst your time in like that. 4 hours they pass so fast when you're on Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter is a really great social media app. I like it a lot, and like you said, the thing I like the most about it is the fact that you can make friends, maybe find future business partners, and basically I like this networking aspect of it. When I go on Twitter every day, I spend 80% of my time in the DMs. I speak with people in groups, I speak with people individually, and basically this is how I spend most of my time on Twitter. It's a really great way to connect with other people and to make friends, and I think this is the biggest benefit of using it. So with that being said, what do you think, was your decision to use social media kind of life-changing? Because this can be seen as a joke, but it's not, because you quit your job, you started a YouTube channel, you became a developer advocate, you did lots of stuff which you maybe wouldn't do otherwise.
I can share also something that, for example, I never said. For example, I was really super shy when at my job. I wasn't even able to send like audio files or send a recording of me to other colleagues. Maybe they were like ill at home. Everybody was just showing themselves and just sending some videos. He said that for me it was too much, even for to another person that I met in real life. I think that now something changed, but at the end of the day, it's just a matter of practice. Even if at the beginning it's super strange to talk to an object like I'm doing now, you get used to that after a while, and I think that I'm used to that. I'm more shameless, we can say. I'm not good at all, but at least I have the power of shameless. I don't know how to call that.
Yeah, you are both good and shameless, and I like that you always emphasize on the fact that you are super super shy and introvert, because it shows to people that you can change, you can do the stuff you want to do, and you can create videos, speak in front of people and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think that one of the problems for the introverts is that they think that they should change, become extroverts, change how they behave. Instead, for me, I say this, for example, for me, because for me it was really a problem. I wanted to start a YouTube channel 10 years ago. Probably I would be a better YouTuber now. What really clicked for me, it was to accept my nature. So I say, okay, Francesco, you are like that. You just show your face as it is. I don't know if Adrian Farog is still there. He helped me a lot. Also for Impop, other people, they pushed me a lot. So I just accepted myself. I say, okay, just show my face and let's see what happens. It's really that easy, and it's also that hard, because it's hard to accept yourself, that you're not perfect. My pronunciation, I still don't like that, but for example, I've seen a video of myself about 2 years ago. I'll share this one day, not today. And for example, I see that my pronunciation has improved. And now you think that's bad, but you should listen to me 2 years ago. So yeah.
Maybe I'm biased, but I like people having different accents as long as you can understand them, because it makes them unique. And I really don't think your accent is bad. And I fully agree with what you said, that you have to accept yourself. I went through this as well. At first, I was like, oh, I don't like how my voice sounds. I still don't like it. I don't like how I look on camera. My English is not that good. So all these kind of excuses. But now I just don't care. I put myself here because there is an audience for everyone.
Yeah. I know them all, by the way. I know all the possible excuses to don't make videos. So it's very hard to fake with me, to say something to me that I know all the excuses. So it's hard.
Yeah. So we talked about social media and the positive sides and stuff like that, but what are the downsides of being present on social media? Are there any, and if so, what are they?
Yeah, I think the problem of I wanted to make a post about this like today or yesterday. The problem of social media is I think what I really don't like about social media is I call this like the like game. So social media, they force you in some ways, subtle ways, to make something which will get some likes and attentions and retweets and resharing. So sometimes it's good to get out of that. This is one of the reasons why I started to make interviews, to talk with people directly like this, because I think that after a while you just think about, okay, let's make a post so to get some likes. This is natural. If someone says that that's not true, it's I don't think that's the truth. Of course, they are good, but we should use social media and never the opposite. We should not be used by social media. So social media are just a tool that you can use. Tomorrow could be banned from Twitter. It would be a shame, but it could happen. So you should think about your connections with people, about that. I always say that it's important to create strong connections with people, regardless the social media itself. So this is what I really don't like about social media. And of course, everything about people attacking other people, hiding behind the keyboard, especially women. I don't know why they never attack me or other men, or they attack also people that maybe are harder for them. It's hard to defend themselves, and I really hate that. This is what I don't like about social media. But of course, it's not a real world, but it's a separate world. So there is good, there is bad, and I also think that there are people use social media for different reasons. So I'm sure that there are some people out there that they use social media to let their steam out. I know a personal real life friend, is super calm, but when he is on Facebook, he attacks everyone on posts. So it's basically his way to let his steam,
anger.
his anger. So we should understand this. Probably people that we consider like just bad, probably they are using social media for that reason, like a free psychologist. So something like that. That's it.
Yeah, I fully agree with all your points. Social media can really consume you, and it can cause emotional stress. And if you don't manage it properly, and I can talk about experience, sorry, I got hooked into this game of posting all the time, of chasing engagement and stuff like that, and it can really take a toll on you. And also about fights, yeah, there are some people who are there to take off their steam, or maybe they uh, misinterpret your words. Basically, they attack you. So the more you grow on social media, the bigger the target you are, if possible. And if it's not very extreme, I try to not to ignore it. So I don't take it to heart, because in the beginning, if anyone said anything bad about me or stuff like that, I used to take it to heart, become like sad and stuff like that. But it's really not worth it, because the more you grow, the more people like that you'll have.
Sometimes I think, and now we are talking, like people say that we are like tech influencer, okay, but now sometimes I think about like people with really 100 of millions of followers. I don't know how they can do this. Probably they have some people helping them, of course, but I just had a very small taste on what it really is, because I think it's natural to have some misunderstanding with some people. And I also always think that maybe in the bottom of our hearts, we would like to be liked and loved by everyone, but that's not possible, because we have different cultures. Sometimes strange could happen one day, and so it's okay. It's okay to don't be liked by everyone. It's not a must.
Yeah, this is very important in life as well. You don't like everybody, and not
Exactly.
everybody likes you. So just be cool with that. It's the same on the internet. No matter what you do, some people will dislike you and some people will like you. So there is not much you can do about that.
Yeah.
Okay, like we said, that it can take a toll on you. You can get stuck in chasing engagement, likes, followers, and stuff like that. Do you plan to quit social media altogether in the future, or do you want to do it for as long as you can, or did you ever think about it?
Okay, and for example, for now, I think that I'm happy with what I'm doing. I'm enjoying. For example, lately I've been also creating a lot of funny videos. For example, one of my secrets that when I get a little bit bored, even in the past, I started making some memes. Instead of quitting social media, I do something funny, maybe something strange. People say, "Oh, what is this?" So, for example, now I had like this period, like I was just seeing always the same stuff. So usually when I get a little bit bored, you will see more funny videos of me. This is basically my reaction when I'm a bit bored on social media. So maybe in this period I'm a bit bored, but it's okay, because I think it's important to don't get sucked into the social media. Always think about, of course, priorities, your family, your health, your real life friends, and then the social media is good. You can meet a lot of good people, but you should never live for social media, because this is a risk. I think maybe during the lockdown, for example, I had some problems that because I was like stuck at home, just me and my PC. So we should never use the social media that much. The right time, having good quality connections. For example, at least now, I hope, Katalin, that you are not using Twitter. I'm not using Twitter now in this live stream, so at least we are taking a break. And that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, if you put your happiness and things like that in likes, followers, and stuff like that, you'll be quickly disappointed and
Yeah,
you won't have a very happy
yeah,
life. So I don't think
and
it's the best
yeah,
strategy.
and I also think that sometimes, I don't know, maybe they change the algorithm, or maybe it's a very busy day. So it's not just about you, that you are not good anymore. It's not just about you. It depends on the people that are using that, what's happening in the world. So that's it.
Yeah, there are many factors, and it's
Yeah.
important to know that if you're a content creator, not everything will work well. So sometimes your content will get very popular, sometimes nobody cares about it. That's life, and that's how it is.
Yeah.
And what I want to ask, do you have social media apps on your phone? Because I find those are eating most of my time. Because every time I have like 5 minutes, okay, let me open Twitter, let me open YouTube, let me open
I
Instagram.
don't know. Yeah. I have applications on my phone. I use them. One of one of my good things that I don't want to change is that when, for example, when I'm editing a video, I stop using social media. So I think this is something that it really saved. Otherwise, maybe I would have never started a YouTube channel for real. So when I'm focused on editing and other important stuff, then I just don't open that. And for me, it never worked to uninstall them or put like a screen timer. It never worked. For example, one thing that I do, I think this is my best habit. I wake up very early in the morning. I go for a walk. Sometimes I run. And during that walk, I also chat with my people. I have a lot of group chats, so Twitter maybe too many. And then when I come back home, I stop using the phone and I just laser focus on what I'm doing. We can also talk about this, creating videos, other stuff. So yeah, for example, for me, now it's working, but no, I have a Twitter app on my phone. Yeah.
I don't know if this was your goal or not, but this is a great strategy to book slots when you do certain stuff. For example, you can have 1 hour in the evening or in the morning scrolling mindlessly social media, maybe replying to posts and stuff like that.
No, I don't know. I don't have like a strategy or time, because I know that usually that doesn't work.
But you
What?
do it in the morning when you go to the walk.
Yeah,
So basically, you
yeah.
have that structure.
Yeah, for example, when I started making my interviews, we can talk about this if you want. You have been one great guest on my interviews.
Thank you.
I've started to use, for example, a Google Calendar. So, for example, I write my tasks, I write what I want to do, and I try to follow that schedule. Because, yeah, if you just stay all day long on Twitter, I think that after a while, you start basically stop what you're doing. It's not good for your health. It's not good for anything. So the balance is the right answer. Yeah.
Yes,
Hi,
of course.
everybody. By the way, I see some people here. Pratim, Sabrina, Neha, Savas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, everyone.
Tadas,
And
Tadas.
we even have a question from Tadas. He asks if we schedule our Twitter content. So do you do it?
Okay. I don't schedule my Twitter content. I'm not saying this because I've worked there, but the only tool that I've ever used, it has been FeedHive by Simon Hoiberg. So this should mean that's good. I can say something that I've been done recently. I don't know if this could be a tip. Since I don't schedule my content, sometimes when I'm about to go to bed, I just think about one tweet or posting something, and then, for example, I schedule that like 3 or 4 hours ahead. So when I wake up, I have done one tweet during the night. This is something that I've been doing the last week, for example. Usually it works. It works.
So
So
basically, do
something.
you schedule tweets while you are sleeping?
No. Basically, no. Like I go to sleep very early, like at 10 p.m. CT, but also wake up very early. And so then, when I'm about to go to sleep, instead of just going to sleep, before that I schedule something for 1 a.m. for example, like in 3 hours. So when I wake up, I've done a tweet, but probably I should. I don't know. Maybe I should. Should I, Catherine? Tell me.
I don't know. I schedule tweets in the sense that I go to the scheduling tool, I paste my tweet and then post it straight away from there. That's when I want to avoid getting sucked into Twitter notifications and DMs. So I post straight away from the tool rather from Twitter. But lately I just don't create content like other people do on Twitter. I don't need to have 1-2 tweets every day. I don't need to have threads or something like that. So I just tweet what goes
Yeah.
through my head, and when I have an idea I quickly open the Twitter app or the scheduling tool, and that's how I do it. For example, I don't think I scheduled a tool for 2 days in advance in months, or maybe this year at all. I don't
Yeah.
know. Honestly, I don't
Yeah.
want to lie, but I don't usually do it.
Yeah, in this period, I'm more focused on creating connections with people. For example, I wanted to do this live stream for you. I'm also scheduling my live streams for me, my YouTube channel. I'll be on the Docker official event in a couple of weeks. Okay, I need to prepare. I have just 10 days left. So I'm more focused on this now. Maybe, yeah, talk with people, especially on live streams. So yeah, for me, scheduling is not my very first priority. When I have time, I do that, but it's not a must that I have to do that. Otherwise, I can't go to sleep. If I am tired, I go to sleep. I can
Yeah.
assure you.
Yes, same. But I know people who have content planned for the whole week, and I find that insane. If you can do it, then
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, everybody, we have our, I don't know, if we call this life strategies of maybe how we put ourselves on social media. I think that I try to be super honest with myself and also with people. I hope that this you can see that, you can confirm that. Maybe I'm not funny, but that's not a problem.
You're
But yeah, so I want to create this interaction with people. I know maybe I could hack the Twitter algorithm more if I would schedule more, but it's not my priority for now. But probably I hire some social media manager. Do you want to be Catalin?
I need
I can
one.
be I can be yours if you want.
Yeah, and I'll be yours. We exchange stuff. Yeah, I was thinking about that too. And the next question is, do you have fatigue or burnout from too much social media? And if so, how do you deal with it?
Mm, no, actually not. I always work on priority. For example, now I'm working, I think, a little bit less on my YouTube channel and also on my socials, also on Instagram. I'm more relaxed and I'm more focused on creating videos for my developer advocate role. So usually I always go on priorities, and that works because no, I don't have this sort of problem. I think about what's the best thing to do. Usually I think about that during the morning. Okay, so what's the best thing to do? And usually it works. I try to think about some good ideas. Sometimes I have some, but that's it. No, I'm not. I can say that probably I'm not stressed at all. So basically, I can stop whatever I want, or maybe I'm addicted. I don't know.
Nice. I'm definitely stressed, and sometimes I'm fatigued. There are times when I say, okay, I don't do any work today, and I don't use social media. I'll simply relax, and then I see that half a day I scroll social media and stuff like that. So yeah, in my case,
Yeah.
it's not that.
Yeah, and also I think that one of the biggest problem of the content creators is that, for example, I don't have much time to watch other people content, because you meet a lot of people, amazing people. We are all like working, creating articles, videos all day long. So you have to choose, or you create content or you watch content. I think that a lot of actors, I don't want to make analogies, but I think a lot of actors, they don't actually watch television or watch films because they are focused on creating content. So if, for example, if you are focused on creating content, it's hard you need to choose between watching content and creating them. No, usually I can say this. I think I never said this, or maybe yes. But in the evening, for example, I'm usually relaxed after doing dinner. So this is one of the reasons why I go to sleep early. Not to brag with my friends, but because I know that if I stay up late, those 4 hours I'll not be productive at all. So I try to cut that hours the more as I can. So I just, after dinner, I go to sleep, because otherwise I will just literally stay like 4 hours on Twitter, and this is not good. So I prefer to go to sleep. Instead, in the morning, I'm super active, even if I use social media, but at least I'm exercising a little bit, thinking about ideas, scheduling. Last period, I think that I've been kind of active. I think I lost 5 kilograms in the last 2 months, so I feel good.
Yeah, I feel you. So in my case, luckily my job involves in some measure to go through blog articles on Hashnode.
Nice.
So every day I go through blog articles, I read content, I see what's new. So I'm lucky in a sense, but also on my personal YouTube account, I subscribe to interesting people or stuff I like, and that's how I keep up with the content of other people. Otherwise, I don't have time either. It's really hard
Yeah.
to create and consume at the same time. Also, if I create tech content, I don't feel like going and watching tech content because I'm super bored of it already. Yeah.
I see some people. I see Simon, Sabrina,
Yeah.
a
Hey,
lot of
everyone.
people. Zeus, Sartak. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
great. It's great to have you here.
he asked what's the earphones that you are using.
I'm using some very old earphones. I don't know the exact mark. Sony. I can put some links. Yeah, I can say something funny if you want. I have some very, very small ears. So I need to put this kind of earphones, otherwise they just came out. So I need to use this kind of things. And I want to say that there has been no company who sent me some headphones. So if you want to send me, I don't have headphones at home. So if you want to send me one, I'm here for you.
Okay, since you said that, would you like to be sponsored by a company, tech or non-tech company? In my case, I would like to be sponsored by Nike.
I don't know, whatever works, it will be great. But for now, I think I've bought everything. So yeah, also, but it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, the last question about social media. Do you have any advice for people who want to start creating content on social media?
This is a great question. I think the best tip is to just start. Really, it's the earlier the better. The earlier you start, the more time you have to understand which are the problems. You start to connect with some people. So don't lose time. Don't overthink like me. And I'm saying this like I've thought 10 years before starting a YouTube channel. So I'm not the best person, the best example. But this is why I tell you that the earlier the better. You start, create. You can always remove also the articles. You can remove a video, but you need the experience. You need practical experience. You need to come out and never think, because I see these sort of things too many times. A lot of people, they say that this article already exists, and these people, the world doesn't need that. It's a way for you to start and show your point of view. It can also be what is a variable, what is I don't know, really super. And sometimes the most basic stuff. I think that you have some example about that. Sometimes the most basic stuff it works way better than super advanced stuff. So I've seen people doing super basic stuff which works way better. One example, for example, is Web Dev Simplified. It does very basic tutorials, but it focused on the quality of them. Yeah.
I think the reason is that there are always more beginners than experts. So
Sure.
if you create beginner content, it's kind of not evergreen, but it targets a bigger audience because you'll have beginners every time, and tech is getting more and more popular every day.
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't matter if a piece of content already exists because it's not your unique perspective and experience. So just do it. And I like that advice. That's what I tell people as well. Just do it. And sometimes they are disappointed, but I can give the best advice, pieces of advice. If you don't start, they don't help at all. Once you start and advance, then we can go further and talk about other pieces of advice.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not saying this because you work at Hashnode, but for example, if you want to get started, using something which already exists is a very good idea. If you want to create a video, if you want to create an article, and as we are developers, we want to create our own world. But maybe it's better to start using a platform. You don't need to code your own blog on your site. This could be an idea maybe in the future. But to get started, because I think that sometimes we use this as an excuse, like, maybe I want to create my own site, and then 1 year passes because you have some problems, you don't have a community which helps you. So, for example, what is one of the reasons why I'm a fan of Hashnode, for example? It's a platform. It's not only a platform, but it's also a community of people. You can get more visibility on that. I'm not saying this because you work there, but it's true.
Yeah, I know. That's true, and that's what I encourage people, because I always see others saying that if you're serious about blogging, you need to build your own blog. Okay, I don't understand why.
Then you should build your own video platform, but someone does that. But okay, in that case, you should be already a super expert. When you
Yeah.
want to get started, you don't want to, I don't know, like to build your own guitar. You should start playing something which already exists. Of course, we have this obsession. I think sometimes as a developer, we want to build our own stuff. This is a good thing, but in the meanwhile, we should focus on what we really want to do. And of course, you can also start writing somewhere, then creating your own stuff. You can do whatever you want, but please start the earlier the better.
For sure. Okay, let's move on from social media to YouTube, and let's start with this by taking the questions. So Sartak asks if we plan, or maybe it asks you if you plan your video, or are they just random thoughts? So what's your answer?
I'm planning for now one interview per week. I'm also planning to come back on more technical videos on my channel, because now I'm creating technical videos for another channel, but it's always me. So for now, I'm doing that stuff. I plan stuff for YouTube. It doesn't work every time, but I try to do that. Try to do so. I've been doing shorts. I stopped for a couple of weeks because they have been really tough, but I think it's a good idea to plan your videos if you can do that. Yeah. This would be my very final goal, and I think that Sartak is really a master in this. He has been doing 100 videos in 100 days, technical videos. So
Oh my God.
I'm planning something similar, but I don't want to announce something where I'll fail and someone will point out at this video, or maybe yes, so people could you'll get some more views. I don't know.
That's a crazy challenge. So, okay, the next question is from Simon. He asks about your green screen. So maybe you can put a link in the reply.
Simon. So these from these questions, I understand that you really don't follow me on Twitter, because I've done a time lapse of me mounting this green screen. So I suggest you to check that time lapse. This is very bad, Simon. You lost 100 points.
Our pleasure.
We need to make a collab.
Yeah, thank you, Sabrina. Thank you a lot. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Okay, so let's start with the first question. Why did you start a YouTube channel? What prompted you to do that if you are an introvert?
This is a great question. I think nobody made this question to me. I think that the main reason is because I always thought that YouTube is a super powerful media when you can really put on your camera and just saying what you think. Of course, you are not doing this every day, but I see this as a very powerful tool. Maybe in the future, I don't know, something important, it happens in our life and we want to share this. For example, when I quit my job, this was also related to my YouTube channel, for example. But for example, if something important happens to me, I know that I can share this showing my face. And I think that this is super powerful. So this is really the main reason why I have started a YouTube channel. So of course it's not about money, because I think I don't even have paid my lighting bills of the these two big lighting. It's more about improving yourself. So also a way for me. I really have this challenging mindset. Maybe because I come from the sport world. So for me, the more something is hard, and the more I'm more engaged into do that. If you
Nice.
give me a super easy task, I'll probably procrastinate that for months. If you give me something very hard, then I'm focused on doing this because it's challenging and I like challenges. It's stronger than me. I don't know. Maybe I've done
Nice.
too many volleyball matches in my life, so I really like challenges. Yeah.
That's really great, and I would be curious to see what were the hardest things when you started. I don't know, speaking in front of the camera, editing.
I always love. This is a great idea. Question. I always loved to edit, to be honest. And by the way, I've never edited videos before starting my YouTube channel, so I'm really a super an expert. I'm not really an expert. For me, the hardest part it was really the recording one. I can share this. I was doing like this. Running for charity videos, and I wanted really to do something like this, like please donate in the link below. You can trust me, I could not do this, and I felt so bad because maybe this message could have helped someone to get some more donations. By the way, I've raised 500 euros in 1 month, so I'm happy.
That's super nice.
But I really felt so bad that I could not record myself. So the recording part, it was very stressful. I started to sweat for real. I had to stop. Just stop for some minutes and then start over again.
Yeah, and here we are now. You're super comfortable in front of the camera. You've been starting to do funny videos as well, so it's really an amazing progress.
I don't know what you are talking about, Catalin. Probably it's another person or another personality. I don't know.
It's you. It's you. And another thing I usually see, and I thought this as well. Do you need professional equipment to get started? Because you see those studios on YouTube videos, and you think you need a $10,000 camera, a big house, 10,000 lights and stuff like that.
Yeah, I made a YouTube short about that. It was like something, you don't need a camera, you don't need a microphone, you just need to be shameless and put your face on that. So it was something like that. I can share something. I think that the quality of your video, your comfort in front of a camera, it should be aligned with the equipment that you use. If you are not that rich, you save for 6 months to buy an expensive camera and you talk like this, people should just think that you are just a rich guy. Maybe that's not true. It's strange to see something with high quality 4K, but you can't talk watching the camera. So the quality of your equipment should be aligned, or maybe lower, than how good you are at the camera. This is my idea. And of course, start with the microphone and not the video.
Yeah, it really makes sense. Buying expensive equipment won't make you better if you are just beginning, because after a while it really makes a difference. But first you need to be comfortable in front of the camera.
And I can assure you that 100% that if you get a little bit better when you make videos, the day you buy a better camera like I did, it's so good. You really feel so good because you have already a little bit better at recording yourself. And then you have the help of the equipment, 4K, 8K, 16K. I don't know where we are now. So in that case, you really see the difference. For example, I can say this is fun. This is something funny. If you give me the opportunity,
yeah, go ahead.
I bought a new phone in December 2019. So before using Twitter, and it had really very bad front camera. But I said, but I'll never use that. Don't worry. He said I made kind of a lot of videos with that. Now I've changed that. I'm not saying names. But for example, I've done a lot of videos with my front camera of my phone, and it was not good at all. Not saying the model, of course, but that's it. Yeah, things they change. Yeah.
We are not on TV. Don't be afraid to say names. We don't get fined. Anyways, what are some of the positive effects of YouTube on your life? Did it start to pay off?
Yes, it started to pay off a lot. I think that I've also now I am doing this developer advocate position. I think one of the reasons is this YouTube channel. It's very powerful, but not because of the ads itself. It's a good to monetize your YouTube channel. It's a great stuff. By the way, I'm sure that Catherine that you will do that, or we will find a way. I'm sure about that. But I think it's more about really improving. Yeah, it really changed. It changed my life. I can say YouTube changed my life, and you should not compare. There are people who have been 100 times better than me on YouTube. Someone they struggling more, but it's important. Hey there, but it's important to focus on your goal. From my point of view, I'm super happy because I had this plan to monetize my YouTube channel in 2.5 years or 3 years. Instead of I've done this in 6 months or so. Now
Great.
I'm super happy about that. This was my goal of 2-3 years, and instead we are already here talking on another YouTube channel. I'm super happy, Catalin. So from my point of view, I find this as a total success. I can also add something if I can. I have had a moment during when I started using my YouTube channel. It was like September, before doing my interviews, when I wanted like to stop using Twitter, stop using my social media, and just do YouTube. So I wanted to do all in YouTube. Now my point of view changed a little bit. I don't want to stress out. I don't want to like stop working, stop paying mortgage, just to sit down on a chair and thinking about a viral video. Because if you put yourself, if you put yourself in the best condition, I'm sure that you can put out some good videos. I don't know if they are good or bad, but for example, I've been super relaxed in the past month, I think. So I put out some videos for fun on Twitter, but I'm also trying new stuff, trying new editing stuff. And meanwhile, maybe someone will also laugh, but I think we should not give up everything. And of course, your family, your friends, just to think about a viral video. It doesn't work that way. Yeah, it's better to find balance, and maybe one day we'll do something good. I hope so. Also, I wish you this to you.
You put everything very well, and I fully agree with it. And I also want to mention that it's worth it even just because you conquered your fear of speaking in front of the camera.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to emphasize for others. Even if you don't get any monetary benefits or job offers, it's still a win because you conquered your fear and you feel more confident in yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Great.
Of course, like with anything, there are negatives as well. What are the negatives of having a YouTube channel or creating video content?
Let me think. Something negative is that, of course, you need. Sometimes you really pass like 1 day, 2 days editing. For example, I've watched the DockerCon some months ago, and then I've edited like for 30 hours. So, and I think this is one of the reasons why I became a Docker captain, by the way, because I did this without asking for permission. So I think, okay, maybe they'll sue me, or I became a Docker captain, and it happened the second thing. So I'm happy, but
take risks.
I risk. I risk. But for example, sometimes I think that the people, they don't understand how much time there is behind the editing. Maybe you understand me this. I think that you have done some videos, so maybe before judging something, because maybe they have not the perfect transition between one scene and another, maybe you should think twice or thrice, because it's a super hard task. You can outsource that. I've never done this. I should try it maybe once.
It's really hard to find editors.
Yeah, it's hard. Maybe I have someone, but for now I don't. I'm edited all my videos, so every error is all my fault. So I can't blame someone else. So this is one of the downside of editing your own videos. I can say you.
And also, like you said, that people shouldn't be so quick to judge if the editing is not perfect. I find it funny because it's always the people that don't do anything that criticize. So they will be sitting on their couch and they will say, "Ha, that's so bad," but they don't do anything.
Yeah,
So
I think it's the same people who just sit on the couch and say, "Oh, that goalkeeper is so bad.
yeah,
I
yeah,
could have scored that goal,"
yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
easy to criticize when you are not doing anything, but when you try to do, you can see how much work people put, even if it doesn't look like. And also, we all start from somewhere.
Yeah.
Okay.
I see that Adrian Farog said, "I'll sponsor you." I don't know if he was talking to me or to you, but
Yeah, I was
he's
thinking
gonna
the same.
sponsor someone. Okay,
Yeah, let him
good.
sponsor both.
Yeah, why
I
not
don't
both?
mind.
Why not both? One of my favorite gifs. Yeah.
Okay, you started this YouTube channel, I mean your YouTube channel with interviews and stuff like that. What are your plans? Do you want to take it like very seriously, become super big, or is it more like fun to improve your speaking, to interact with people,
I
stuff like
think
that?
this is a great question as usual, Katalin. I think that at some point, I will get very serious about that, and in that case, you will notice that. For now, I'm relaxing. I'm creating videos for another channel. I'm making interviews once per week. I'm planning some Docker videos also on my channel, but you will see that. But I think for now I'm really relaxing, really enjoying that. When I'll get really serious about my YouTube channel, you will see that. I will not have to say now I'm serious. You will check that. But
I like it.
I'm working on that.
I like your confidence.
Yeah. But that's true. That's true. I think about this every day, but not
Danny,
one on the Francesco
these
Ciulla.
are the links that Francesco sent me. So
Because
there's no.
because Danny, because I'm stupid, because I sent him the links that I use on my YouTube channel. I don't put my own YouTube channel, but this was because so you could have done this comment, and now people say, maybe so Francesco has a YouTube channel, and they'll go there because this was the idea, this was the trick. Thank you, Danny. We made it.
Okay. Let's talk about your process of creating videos. How do you go from idea to finished product?
This is a great. I think it depends, because it depends if that's an interview. We can talk about maybe the tech videos. Maybe it's more interesting. And for now, I use a workflow that I really liked, which is like a record a demo. Then I cut the bad parts of the demo. Then I do a voiceover of the demo. So basically, I'm explaining what's happening in the video the best way as I can. Then I record an intro, an outro, and then I edit again. So it's a long process, but I think that I'm finding at least something which is decent. So it's not good. Maybe I should put more my face during the video, but for now, I like this style. I try to explain the better as I can. That's it. So for now, I like this workflow. Maybe in the future could change, but I think this is one of the downside. Of course, yeah, maybe my English has improved, but it's never like fluent, like if I was talking in Italian. So I always sometimes I need to think. One good thing that I see now, I notice now, like 1 year ago, if I say something wrong in English, I don't even listen to myself. So I say something, then I go on the edit and say, okay, say I spell this word totally wrong. Now, if I say something wrong or dumb in English, usually at least I understand that I just said something wrong. So, for example, if I'm recording, I say, okay, I said like wrong instead of wrong, and so I said, okay, wrong. I say this again, and then I can edit that. So I think I've improved a lot, and so I'm happy. Yeah. You are muted, Katalin. You're muted.
I don't know why it does that. Just to understand that part, so you record your screen with the demo first, and then you record another voiceover.
Yeah, I do that.
Okay, this is really great tip for anyone.
It's something, for example, I discovered by myself. It has a lot of advantages. Maybe I should do a live stream of me doing this. This could be a good idea, because it took me a while to understand that. But
Yeah, of course.
I think that one of the advantages that we don't have to show our face. For example, I like to put a little bit of myself, especially at the beginning and at the end. You know that there's not a problem to me to show my face. For example, I've released a video today, for example, if you want to see my last results, and I'm also improving that. Yeah, and a good thing is that, you can cut the pauses. And for example, I can show this trick just with you, Catalin. If you, for example, you can also speed up your video, just the video part. For example, if you have some pauses in the meanwhile, so it looks like that you just type fast instead you just align them. It's a long process. I've done, for example, a video on this Tiny Stacks YouTube channel. It has like 600 or 700 clips, so it takes a lot of time, but at least it works. So
nice.
Now
I'm definitely curious about that.
Yeah, and I record that. I think that one day I'll try. I'll show this, but I like this process for now. Yeah,
looks good. Okay, let's move on to the last topic of our talk, and it's about your newly created community, the content creators community, if I'm not mistaken. So can you tell us a bit about it?
You lost a C, which is the cool community of content creators.
Okay,
it's
my bad.
It's 4C. Someone when I discovered that was 4C, some people said, okay, there are a lot of pun words. Like people could think about explosives, C4. By the way, we are a Pacific community, of course, and so we also have a logo. I'm trying to use these last 4 months to, instead of trying to do something exceptional, something super good, I'm trying to fix the things that I haven't done that good during my year. So, for example, I'm happy with YouTube, I'm happy with Twitter, kind of happy with LinkedIn and Instagram. But for example, I created this Discord server, which also it was a community. Now it's a community which has a Discord server, which is different. So I want to dedicate time to this. We have a website. We have had a server boost. We are close to 700 people. So
damn, that's a lot.
Kind of good. I seen one thing that really put a smile on my face. It has been that people start to interact with each other without me, because of course I can't be there 24/7. But I think it's a good sign when people just try to interact with each other. For example, there is one guy, his name is Connor. By the way, he's doing a video challenge on Twitter. Follow
Connor
him.
Murphy.
Yeah,
I
think, and he's doing a video challenge on Twitter. And he asked me, Francesco, which is that I can't remember, the lighting for the videos. Instead of replying with him in DMs, I said, okay, just put your question on this community, and a lot of other people started to help him.
That's great.
For example, so this is one of the goal of this community, is to community for content creators. So it's more generic now. Before it was more focused on videos. Now I want to do it more generic. By the way, I have also some events upcoming, and I want to dedicate some time to that. I want to dedicate some time to them, because I think that there are some people out there, for them, being a content creator can really change their life. I can find a job also without a social presence, without a community. I live in Italy. It's not the best country in the world, but I can find a job. I think there are some people in some places of the world can really make the difference between life and death, to be a content creator. So
absolutely,
this is my main goal, to help them, especially with having a little bit of more visibility at the beginning, because I think it's super hard at the beginning. I think that Piyush is one of the people of this community. So that he has also this wolf's picture. So I think that that's him. I just also want to say that we also have a bot for giveaways, and Catalin has been the very first. It was not on purpose, but I would have mentioned you anyway. So we have bots, so we have stuff. There are also people who want to get involved into becoming a part of the staff, moderators. It's really making me proud. I can say this. I will work on this a lot during these last months. I would love to reach 1,000 of people before the year ends. Let's commit that. Come on.
We will help you to do that. It's really
That would be
amazing
great.
what you
That would
did.
be great.
So since it's growing that fast, and since it's your first community, I suppose, what are the biggest challenges of running an online community?
I think the biggest challenge is, first of all, to lead, because we all have our idea of a community. Someone would like to do something, or someone suggested to create a forum. Someone is suggesting to adding something. So you need to lead in some ways. But at the same time, I also want everybody to collaborate. So this is the toughest part, because I want everybody to collaborate. We have also a website, a domain. We have started a channel to... by the way, it has been done with an SJS and Vercel, so it's also good. It's an open source project, by the way. So it's good. We have done this in one day. So this is also could be good if someone wants to start your own SJS and Vercel project. So the problem is that basically to coordinate people. So I don't want to look like a boss. I want just to help them to have visibility. And of course, the more you are active in a community, and the more you get. I want to try to make people understand that we are not competing. We are not competitors. We all have our Discord channel, our YouTube channel. You have your YouTube channel. I have my YouTube channel. But it's not about... we're not competing for real, especially if you on YouTube, of course. There is no competition.
There is place for everybody.
Yeah, there is Eddie Jaude, but I can say this publicly, that I'm inspired by Eddie Jaude and his community to create this, because I admire him so much, but I never see him as a competitor. And also, yes, maybe he's also inviting me, I'll also invite him. So it's more about that. We need to understand this, that collaborations, it's really the secret of getting visibility on social media. People who are creating content, they are not... your enemies. So I can make analogy with like a motorcycle, for example. You also like quad. Other people doing motorcycle, they are not your competitors. They are your friends. You have the same interest. You can also find something good for both of them. We are also starting, maybe this week, I'll be a guest for one of them. They invited me. Of course, if you are part of this community and you invite me on your YouTube channel, like you are doing, Katalin, I'll be your guest, for example, if you want. Otherwise, I'll be not. Of course.
Yeah, it makes sense. Sorry, my monitor almost closed, so
Nice.
I had to stop it. Things
Perfect.
that happens during the live stream.
Watching you.
Okay, that's really great. And I've been in the community. I've joined a while ago. I can say that it's one of the most active communities I'm in. People really communicate, take initiative, help each other. So it's really great to see you're off to a great start.
Yeah, I think that after this live stream, I'll go review some PR. We have had Dan Spratling, I don't know if you know him, which are helping us. He has like a company of front-end services, and he's helped us to create maybe a small website just for branding. We have had Gary Simon, then inside course, almost 1 million subscribers on YouTube, which made some changes. We made some changes on the logo. I really appreciate that out of nowhere. So yeah, these sort of things, they really make me happy. So and of course, thank you, Katalin, for your giveaway. Let's keep in touch, and let's see if we can get something good out of that. That's
my pleasure. Anytime I can help, I will. Like I said, we'll help you grow your community to 1,000 members, or how many members you want.
It's no pressure.
It's good for everybody.
Yeah. I think that once people they understand the sort of community, they can really help you. Of course, you can't expect that people just reshare your links and just click on your links and that's it. It's not about that. You should create your own content. I can't come on creating some content. Maybe I can be a guest on your YouTube channel, but it's always about you. You should focus on your content. And then but I think that if you create something valuable, you will get noticed. So this is the idea, to help people who create content, also to have some good ideas, to share some ideas. And of course, if you create something good, then people will help you. I'm sure about that. If I see something valuable, I'm always happy to help. Sometimes it's hard to get to notice people maybe with smaller accounts, smaller YouTube channel. Sometimes I see some people with like 100 subscribers and they make like stunning videos. It happened to me a couple of times, just maybe because maybe they don't have a super huge online presence. But I'm here to look for them.
Nice. And I think you can achieve this with your community. So you,
That's it.
directly and indirectly, you help lots of people at the same
That's
time.
it.
So it's a really great initiative.
Yeah, it will be great to do something on the Oktoberfest together. So I'm also working on this. Maybe next week, next month. This is one of the best live section I have joined the past 3 months. So Rexford, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. You really made my day.
Yeah, our first live stream on my channel. It was a blast. Glad to hear that. Thank you very much for the kind words.
Yeah.
Okay, and the last questions. The last question: what are your plans with it? Where do you want to take it, or what do you want to achieve?
In general, what do you mean?
For example, I don't know, creating one of the biggest tech communities or content creator communities,
This,
stuff like that.
Yeah, usually I don't take huge goals because usually I fail when I pay too much big goals because I need to see the path. I'm really that person who like watches their own steps one by one, and so I don't have like a huge idea. My idea is to focus on doing something good, focus on training, maybe because I'm still a coach in my mind. So focus on training, focus on becoming a better at making videos. I had like, I think 3 goals for this 2021. One, it was to help people with Docker and containerization. We'll talk about this in December if I've done this. One, it would have been to become better at making videos. Maybe I also it then, let's see, in 3 months. And then to create this community of people. So I'm more thinking about improving or training. This is how my brain works. So I'm always training and trying to be better at what I do. That's it.
Yeah, you see, you never know when your past experiences help you. For example, you've been a volleyball coach, so now it helps you. You are coaching your community of cool content creators.
Yeah.
You never know when it helps.
Yeah. I had a lot of people on my channel, an opera singer, a makeup artist, and I always say that nothing is wasted. Also, computer science degree, other stuff, you always get out something. If you learn something, it's never wrong. Maybe it could be more useful, less useful. You need everything at the end of the day. Yeah, so if you focus on learning, if you try to be healthy, and everything works. Yeah, always think about your body because it's important. I never had this problem when I was a coach. I don't know this problem like, okay, now I have to exercise. I never had this problem. Now I have this, let's call this like a problem. So it's something that I need to take care of, but I'm trying to take care of this because we need to last 40 years, 100 years. We can't last 3 years and then just burn out, quit programming, and I don't know, do something else because I was almost close to that because for me, sitting on a chair, you can trust me, going from a gym 6 hours per day to sitting on a chair, it was a shock for me. So now I feel better. Also working from home helped me a lot, but yeah, I would just leave this final message. Yeah.
I think we should all put more emphasis on this stuff, on exercising, taking care of yourself, because at least this is my experience. What I see is that people say if you don't code out of passion, this is not for you, or if you burn out, you're not passionate about coding and stuff like that, which is very misleading. And of course, there are people who can work and code for hours every day without affecting their health, but I don't think it's the majority. The majority of us should take care of their mental health and body because we need to play the long term, not the short-term game. Treat your career as a marathon, not as a sprint. Sorry for becoming such a, I don't know, but I've been through a lot of burnouts and stress because of this wrong idea that if you don't code 10 hours every day, you're not passionate, or that you need to know everything there is and stuff like that.
Yeah, and of course, I love all the analogies with sport. So I love this one about the marathon. We need to think about what will I do in 20 years, 10 years, not about I need to learn a new JavaScript framework this month or my life will be a waste. It's not about that.
Yeah, and
of course, because another JavaScript framework will be released the next month, especially.
And I think companies play a negative role in this one as well, because if you look at job descriptions, you can see 10,000 technologies being mentioned, and they are misleading the beginners and people who want to become programmers, so they feel like they have to learn too much. Anyways, here we have a message from Piyush. Mental and physical health is important, especially as a developer. Yeah,
100%.
Yep. Okay, that was all from my side. If you want to add anything extra about your community, your content creation stuff, social media, anything you want to add?
No. If you enjoy my content, you can follow me whatever you want. But yeah, I think we have said everything. I'm super happy. When I'm a guest, I'm even more happy because I get to share something. Because I think that I've been a host. I've made a lot of questions. Finally, there are some people who make some questions to me, so I can answer. Also, say something that usually I don't say. And no, I'm super happy, Catalin. Maybe I'll take something for the next time. So for this time, I'm okay. I'm done. Maybe some next time we'll do something else. I don't know.
Thank you very much for accepting this, talking with us for 1 hour and a bit. And also for people watching, go into the description and click on his links, find him on social media, join the community. And if you are not subscribed, subscribe to our both channels. Thank you. It was amazing. It was my pleasure to have you here. Until next time.
Perfect. Bye-bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much, Catalin. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.